Welcome back. Even as the politics over Sambhal violence following a court-mandated survey order rages on both inside and outside Parliament, Times now has accessed details of the Gyanvapi Masjid panel's intervention plea filed in the Supreme Court, which cites the Sambhal example to counter a petition which challenges the Places of Worship Act of 1991. In this intervention petition filed by the Committee of Management of the Anjuman Intizamiya Masjid on the 28th of November 2024, the Gyanvapi Mosque panel says that if the Places of Worship Act is scrapped, then the consequences could be drastic. The Gyanvapi panel in its intervention petition further cites Sambhal example and says that if the Worship Act is done away with, then Sambhal-like dispute can arise in every nook and corner of the country, and such a situation could eventually obliterate the rule of law and communal harmony. It's important to mention here that this petition by the Management Committee of the Anjuman Intizamiya Masjid comes after similar counter pleas were filed by Jamiyat Ulema-e-Hind and All India Muslim Personnel Board, where they told the Supreme Court that petitions challenging the Worship Act of 1991 could create fear in the minds of the Muslim community. They also said that such petitions will open floodgates to litigations against countless mosques in the country. Here's what the Anjuman Intizamiya Committee said on its petition.
श्री अश्विनी उपाध्याय और श्री सुब्रमण्यम स्वामी की ओर से इस याचिका प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट को रद्द करने की मांग की गई थी, जिसमें केवल सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को पार्टी बनाया गया था। तो उसमें अंजुमन इंतजामिया मसाजिद ने भी अपना इंटरवेंशन दाखिल किया है ताकि हमारी भी बात सुनी जाए, क्योंकि प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट के कारण ही हम बहुत ज्यादा पीड़ित हैं। सबसे ज्यादा पीड़ित हम ही और हम ही से स्टार्ट हुआ है। ज्ञानवापी से सारा मसला स्टार्ट हुआ। अगर ज्ञानवापी के मसले में शुरू में ही माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने उसकी वैधानिकता को स्वीकार कर लिया होता तो शायद ये नौबत नहीं आती। इसी के लिए हमने ये दरखास्त लगाई है कि हमारी भी बात सुनी जाए।
एक अंतिम क्वेश्चन, ये कितना जरूरी हो गया है
इस देश के हित के लिए और 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी के लिए बहुत आवश्यक हो गया है।
क्या आपको लगता है कि इसके पूर्ण तरीके से लागू हो जाने के बाद से जो कंट्रोवर्सी है वो खत्म हो जाएगी?
उम्मीद यही है कि पूरी खत्म हो जानी चाहिए। अगर खत्म नहीं होती तो उसमें कानूनी प्रावधान है कि ऐसे लोगों के खिलाफ कानूनी कार्रवाई की जाए, उनको 3 साल की सजा दी जाए।
Let's also take you through the key portions of the Gyanvapi Masjid panel's petition in Supreme Court. So there's a warning that consequences of scrapping the Places of Worship Act will be drastic in the country. They've cited the example of Sambhal. They're saying it can lead to Sambhal-like disputes in every nook and corner of the country. They're also saying that this is going to obliterate law and order. It could ultimately obliterate rule of law and also communal harmony in the country. Then another argument is that rhetorical arguments seeking a sort of retribution, Places of Worship Act and secularism, and the fact that Places of Worship Act protects secular features of the polity. These are the highlights of the petition that has been filed. They're also talking about mischievous intent. Declaration sought by petitioner is with mischievous intent. Petition is communal. So that's another argument in the petition, that the petition is replete with rhetorical and communal claims. Let's go across to Harish joining us in the broadcast with more details. Harish, so this is very interesting. One side using their legal rights is approaching the court saying that, you know, scrapping this is going to be drastic. Also saying that this is going to obliterate law and order in the country and also impact communal harmony.
Yes, that's right, Swati. This petition, in fact, the Anjuman goes on to say that the declaration sought by the petitioners would mean that Sambhal violence-like incidents can happen in every nook and corner of the country and will obliterate the peace, law and order in the nation, and also hamper the peace and harmony and law and order situation in the country. This is not the first time. Remember, Swati, earlier also we have reported how in intervention petitions filed by organizations, Muslim organizations like Jamiyat Ulema-e-Hind and also All India Muslim Personnel Law Board, we have seen such fear-mongering. Jamiat Ulema had gone on to say that even the Supreme Court should not issue notices in the petitions filed by Hindu petitioners challenging the Place of Worship Act, saying that it will instill fear in the mind of Muslims who are still to recover from the wound of the Babri demolition and Ayodhya judgment. And they also said that the issuing notice would trigger an avalanche of petitions and open floodgates for petitions against thousands of such mosques. And All India Muslim Personal Law Board had gone a step further. They had even cited Sri Krishna Commission report and said that there can be communal clashes and linked the 1993 Mumbai serial blast with the demolition of Babri Masjid on December 6, 1992. So we have been seeing a pattern. While the Hindu petitioners had argued the matter on merits, had filed petition challenging the Place of Worship Act on merits and limited themselves to law, saying that the right to reclaim religious places cannot be
And that's a very interesting point that you're making, Harish. Merits of the case will be decided by the court, but just, this argument that there will be drastic consequences, why fearmonger? Let the courts go through it, and every side, whether it's the Hindu side or the Muslim side, the masjid or a mandir side, they have the right to approach the court.
Yes, that's what precisely the Hindu petitioners led by Advocate Vishnu Shankar Jain, Ashwini Upadhyay and also Subramanian Swamy had raised legal issues, while the Muslim organizations who said that they too should be heard are indulging in fear-mongering. Now after the Jamiat Ulema Hind and All India Muslim Personal Board, now the Anjuman Intizamiya Masjid, which is the mosque panel, is indulging in fear-mongering, saying that the consequences will be drastic and it will affect the law and order, and Sambal-like incidents can can happen in nook and corner of the country. Remember, both the sides are interestingly quoting the Ayodhya judgment of the Supreme Court,
right,
while the Muslim side is raising Ayodhya judgment in their favor, saying that the Supreme Court had said that places of worship is a legal instrument to protect the secular fabric of the country.
All right, Harish, stay on with us. Now, this definitely has led to a political war of words. While the Places of Worship Act debate continues in the top court, there's no end to the politics around Sambal. Even Congress and Samajwadi Party are saying that if Places of Worship Act isn't followed in letter and spirit, there could be Ashanti in the country. The BJP says it won't be scared with the intimidation tactics.
देखिए, ऐसा है कि संसद द्वारा बनाए हुए कानून उस पर अमल तो हो नहीं रहा है। कहीं अमल हो तब शांति रहे, और इस पर अमल नहीं होगा तो शांति होगी।
सब जुडिस केस वहां चल रहा है, सब अपने अपने तर्क देंगे, सब अपने अपनी तरफ से आर्गूमेंट करेंगे। जहां तक मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि ये जो इंडियन प्लेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट है, ये एक्ट पूरी तरह भारत की संसद से विधिवत पारित है 91 में। आज 2024 तक चैलेंज नहीं हुआ है, ना सेटिसाइड हुआ है, तो ये जो है ये कायम था, कायम है, कायम रहना चाहिए।
देखिए, देश मोदी जी के हाथों में सुरक्षित है और उत्तर प्रदेश योगी जी के हाथों में सुरक्षित है। किसी की घोषणा से कोई असुरक्षित नहीं हो सकता है और ना ही कोई घटनाएं बढ़ने वाली हैं। ये अपनी राजनीति जो इंतजामिया कमेटी के लोग करना चाहते हैं, इससे देश पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है। और पूरी तरह से सरकारें कानून सम्मत, विधि सम्मत, संविधान सम्मत, देश की जनता के सम्मत काम कर रही हैं। किसी को कोई इजाजत नहीं मिल सकती है कि वो गलती करे। अब इंतजामिया कमेटी सपने देख रही है, तो वो दीवा सपने से अधिक कुछ भी नहीं है। यहाँ कुछ होने वाला नहीं है। उत्तर प्रदेश और देश में पत्ता हिलने वाला नहीं है।
Adib is joining us now on the broadcast. Adib, so one side is saying that there could be drastic consequences, and which is being termed as fear mongering, while the BJP says we will not be scared by these intimidation tactics.
Well, definitely, Swati, see, this is what the BJP has to say, that we are not going to get scared with these intimidation tactics which is being used by the opposition parties such as Samajwadi Party and the Congress, and also the Masjid committee, which has now filed an intervention plea in the Supreme Court. But Samajwadi Party is saying that the Places of Worship Act was formed in the Parliament, and it is the judiciary who needs to follow the Places of Worship Act. If they're not going to do this, then there will be multiple surveys demands will come for multiple surveys throughout the nation, and this will lead to a chaos. Similar statements are coming from the Congress side also. They are saying that the Places of Worship Act should be followed. In fact, the All India Muslim Personal Law Board, who filed the similar kind of petition, they are saying, the clerics of the AIMPLB, they are saying that it is now up to the Supreme Court, that they have to give a verdict soon on the Places of Worship Act, and they have to see it that the Places of Worship Act is being followed. But if not, then there will be multiple petitions demanding the surveys of mosque and dargah. In fact, Maulana Khalid Rashid Firangi Mali, who is one of the members of the AIPLB, he is saying that there have been multiple demands of survey of mosques and dargah throughout the nation, especially in Sambal. So it is now up to the Supreme Court that they intervene in this matter.
Right, stay on with us, Adib. Now, Advocate Vishnu Shankar Jain, whose petition in the Sambal Jama Masjid case led to the trial court ordering a survey, has also weighed in on the intervention plea filed by the Anjuman Intizamiya in connection with the case pertaining to the Places of Worship Act. Vishnu Shankar Jain says when the Worship Act was introduced, there was no discussion or consultation. He also added that the argument given by the Gyan Vapi Masjid panel is against the basic spirit of the Constitution. He also calls the Worship Act of 1991 a black law.
याचिका में एक बात और कही जा रही है कि पुराने शासकों द्वारा किए गए कामों को आधार बनाकर किसी भी संसद द्वारा कानून पास को चुनौती नहीं दी जा सकती, उसके लिए संवैधानिक आधार होना चाहिए। ये बात जो है तर्क दी जा रही है।
देखिए, इस तर्क का कोई ये तर्क संगत नहीं है। उस सबसे पहली बात है, प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट जब आया था, वो अपने आप में उसमें कोई डिस्कशन नहीं किया गया था, कोई पब्लिक पार्टिसिपेशन नहीं था, जैसे आज हम लोग वक्फ में देख रहे हैं। पॉइंट नंबर 1, प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट पूरा एक इंटेलेक्चुअली फेल्योर के माध्यम से कानून है, उसमें कोई भी इंटेलेक्चुअल ऐसी चीज नहीं है। आप ये सोचिए, प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट में 15 अगस्त 1947 की कट ऑफ डेट रखी गई। उस दिन तो इस देश के लोगों ने आंखें खोली हैं 1200 साल की गुलामी के बाद, और आंखें खोलते ही आपने कहा आंखें बंद कर लो, अब देखना नहीं है आगे। तो इस तरह का कैसे कोई कानून बन सकता है? और अगर राम मंदिर के बारे में आप बात करेंगे पर बाकी मुद्दों के बारे में बात नहीं करेंगे, तो ये जो इंटरप्रिटेशन जमयत दे रहा है, ये इस देश के संविधान की मूल आत्मा के खिलाफ है। क्योंकि लोगों के कोर्ट जाने का अधिकार, जुडिशियल रिव्यू का अधिकार, ये बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है। तो प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट आज नहीं तो कल ये एक ब्लैक लॉ है, और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट इसे असंवैधानिक घोषित करेगा। और अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट इसे असंवैधानिक घोषित नहीं करेगा, तो वो दिन दूर नहीं है जब इस देश की पार्लियामेंट इसको पूर्णतः रिपील करेगी। ये ऐसा मैं